Okay, so we've briefly looked at converters and the concept of converters. Now, outside of those, the Payara server has its own set of properties that you can use to find out more information about the Payara server instance you are running. Some of them are these, for instance, payara.instance.type, payara.domain.name, payara.instance.starttime, and all that. So let's just take two of them for a spin. Let's say at inject, at config property name. Let's put this in here. Let's say payara.domain.name. Let's put this in here, and let's just call this the default value. Let's give it and say domain name like this, and then give it private string domain name. Now let me just copy these, come down here, paste this here, and then say Payara instance type, for instance, paste this here, instance type, instance type, and then change this to domain instance type. Then let me change this to instance type. Now let me come here and say at get, at path, call this Payara, for lack of imagination, again public string get Payara config, and then I'll say return domain name. Then let's just concatenate it with the instance type like this. Okay, so we have these two config data from the Payara server itself here, instance type. Okay, so now let me save this, get this redeployed, get the application redeployed, and then let's go and take this for a spin. So the Payara server itself comes with certain properties, certain config keys that you can use in your application to find out more data about it. So let's wait for this to deploy, and then we go into the browser and take it for a spin. Okay, so our application has deployed successfully. Now let's come here. Remember the URI is here, Payara. So let's come here and then say Payara like this, and then you can see the domain and then the instance type here, domain, config property here, domain, and then here instance type, which we return here. What are being returned to us here, we have the domain is domain 1, and then the instance type is this. Now it's interesting to note that we didn't set this. We didn't set this anywhere. We didn't manually input this anywhere. No. This comes out of the box with the Payara server. So at runtime, you can find out more information about the server instance that you are running. Next up, let's talk about dynamic config values. All the config values we've looked at so far are static config values, in the sense that once there's a change, you don't necessarily get the change propagating here. We want to see how you can have a field that will dynamically change with the change in value of the config source. So let's take a look at that next.